Hello everyone and welcome back to W2K14 Universe. I'm your host Jitch and you are watching NXT.
Making his way to the ring, representing the new millennium from Indiana, Wolfe.
Really needed to throw the other hand up there, Wolfe, so that it was a W for Wolfe. Or Wolfe. Well, Wolfe makes his way to the ring here tonight. He's set to face off against Big John Studd as the new millennia continue their crusade against the legends of the wrestling world, insisting how they don't belong here on NXT and they're taking opportunity away from the young, fresh faces such as themselves. So we'll see what happens. There you go. There you go. It's like a W. I mean, kind of broke it into two V's, but yeah, that's basically a W. But this should be an interesting matchup. Two absolute giants facing off. One of the things I was saying before about Bryce's matches was that he kind of had an unfair disadvantage against Slaughter. There's quite a big size difference between those two. So I'm very interested to see how this match plays out. I've got two people that are very evenly matched. If anything, I think Kessler might actually be a little bigger than Big John Studd. I don't know how tall Big John Studd is, but I think they probably match pretty nicely. And this should be a unique match, to say the least. Both going over that top rope. This is, I believe, Big John Studd's only his second match since debuting. Same for Wolfe, actually, I think. I stand corrected, actually. Let me just quickly correct myself. This is Wolfe's third match. His second match, of course, was his debut. His first match was against Sergeant Slaughter in his debut. His second match was a tag team match in which he and Bryce lost to the Primetime Players. And this is his third match. Came in real strong though, taking down Sergeant Slaughter in his first ever match. We'll see how he does tonight against Big John Studd. Up next we have a match that was not announced until earlier tonight, as it is very much to do with the new NXT Superstars. As I mentioned this Monday on Raw, in case you somehow missed that, I mentioned this Monday on Raw that the Nexus will be taking the Shield's place in the NXT Tag Team Championship match here tonight. I can confirm to you that it will be Justin Gabriel and David Otunga challenging at the Primetime Players to determine who will be the new NXT Tag Team Champions. But the other new NXT superstar, Wade Barrett, will be in action up next. Quite a huge match. Obviously, he wasn't too pleased to have been told that he's no longer viable to get that United States Championship shot against Wade Barrett, but a compromise was met. And if against Dolph Ziggler. And if Barrett can defeat Big E Langston here tonight, then he will face Andre the Giant for the NXT Championship in the main event of next week's episode of NXT. However, if Big E Langston defeats Wade Barrett here tonight, then we will see part 2. We will see Big E Langston and Andre the Giant one-on-one once again. I don't know which match there I'm looking forward to the idea of more. I think both would be great faces of NXT. Obviously, I feel like Andre's time has only just begun. I'd hate to see it come to an end so quickly. So I'm very curious to see what plays out there. But obviously, big pressure for Big E Langston and the Primetime Players here tonight now, as they are up against former Raw / SmackDown superstars in the Nexus. It's going to make a big difference. We've been told that Barrett's got to agree to one thing, though, and that is that with Barrett getting this opportunity against Big E tonight, there can be no involvement from Wade Barrett in our main event tonight, nor can there be any involvement from the Nexus next week should Barrett beat Big E and get a shot. We want some good, clean fights here on NXT. So that could be a game changer, to be honest. It'd be interesting to see what would happen. Obviously, I can't really say without Barrett at ringside or without the Nexus at ringside. We haven't seen those guys work together in such a long time. The first time we did was on last Saturday's Superstars, and that loss is the reason that they're here right now. So, can't really get too carried away on the thought of them dominating right now, despite being some of the highest ranking NXT superstars. Is that all she wrote for Wolfe? Still manages to kick out. I tell you, Studd has been very impressive in this matchup. He put Wolfe in there with someone his own size, and unfortunately, it seems like that has very much neutralized the big man. Oh boy. What is this? Ooh, butterfly suplex. Very nicely done. Has Big John Studd... Yeah. Big John Studd has beaten the big guy, Wolfe Kessler. That wasn't even really much of a fight, unfortunately. I don't mean any disrespect to Wolfe there. You know, that's... I guess he's still got a way to go. I mean, you got to think, Wolfe Kessler, Bryce Walker, they're two very new faces in the wrestling world. A lot of these guys very familiar to the rest of the world. Even people like Biggie Langston and the Primetime Players. They're very familiar to the wrestling world. They're just now getting this opportunity here tonight in this universe. Well, not here tonight, but just in general. Wolfe and Bryce, these are two complete unknowns. These are two very new guys in the industry, and I think they're having a hard time getting started, but that doesn't mean it's all over for them. Just ask Robert Scorpio. Although he failed to capture the Cruiserweight title, so maybe don't ask him. Anyway, Big John Studd is victorious as we move on to our next match here tonight. A #1 contenders match. Huge implications for next week. It's Biggie Langston and NXT debuting star Wade Barrett. We are back here on NXT, and what a huge match we got for you now.
Making his way to the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing 302 pounds, Big E Langston.
I tell you, I think the future is so bright for Big E Langston. I think this guy has so much promise, so much potential. I always look forward to what he's going to do next. And I think for quite a while, this guy had a lot of hope behind him to be the next NXT champion, and it's such a shame that he fell that little bit flat against Andre the Giant, but I don't think that it's all over for Big E Langston just yet. I think that's only the beginning. I think this is all about the climb now for Big E. I mean, for all we know, this guy could be the next NXT champion. He might be, you know, beating Barrett tonight and beating Andre next week. It could be that simple. But I do think that the climb is going to be a fun one to watch. And I almost hope that this guy doesn't get an earn your spot anytime soon, because I feel like his story here in NXT has only just begun. This could be a huge setback though here tonight, because what an opponent he has got across the ring from him here tonight. As we await the NXT... I said debut before. This is actually the NXT return of Wade Barrett, but this is a very different NXT to when he was last here. Especially the crowd size, for one.
Representing the Nexus from Manchester, England, weighing 246 pounds, Wade Barrett.
It's so crazy that here in the year that is 2012, we can say the Nexus still. This group is back in business, and that we could be looking at them dominating NXT. I've been saying this before, heading into their return / debut in this NXT. It's going to be very interesting to see how they fit in here, because obviously with these guys being Raw and SmackDown superstars, statistically they're of a higher rank than everyone else here in NXT. But can they keep that, or will they continue to fall? Well, the bell has been rung and Wade Barrett is straight on Big E Langston on the offense there. Understandable decision by Wade Barrett to not want to hesitate. He's got to look at the physical specimen across the ring from him and think, well, this is not going to be an easy start for me here in NXT. And of course, knowing that he can't play any factor in Gabriel and Otunga's Tag Team Championship match up next, that's got to really weigh on the minds of everyone involved in this reunited Nexus. I think I stand by a lot of people when I say that the first run we have... Went all robot voice there, and I don't know why that started happening again. But I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that the first run that the Nexus got, it didn't do them a lot of justice. You know, I think a lot of people believed in these guys and wanted to see what they had to offer, and I don't think we've really got a good taste of that. I think we didn't really get to know too much about the Nexus from that first initial run back on Monday Night Raw that time ago. I feel like they fell apart a little too quickly. So here's hoping that this second run here, this reunion that we're now looking at, is the real deal, the bigger and better showing from these guys. Obviously right now Barrett has to fend for himself, so we can't really keep talking about Otunga and Gabriel. They aren't present for this matchup. Wade Barrett in control of Big E Langston for what feels like the first time in this matchup. He has had a very hard time maintaining control over this extraordinary specimen that is Big E Langston.
What an impact from the knee. Hard shot to Barrett. You know he felt that.
Back body drop, and you notice the way Langston throws Barrett around like he's nothing. You know, Langston said heading into this matchup tonight, he is very aware of what he has been put in the ring with. He's aware of what an honor this is in a way. He doesn't have a lot of respect or love for Wade Barrett. He's seen his career over the years. He doesn't really feel that Barrett is perhaps a favorite of his, but needless to say, Barrett is a promising part of, you know, a former part of Raw. He was somewhat of a big deal, and this is an opportunity of a lifetime here tonight. And it, you know, I think, oh no, well, this wasn't part of the deal. And Barrett actually looks a little bit like, what are you doing out here, David? That wasn't the plan. Obviously, that can really taint a victory for Barrett here tonight. I guess technically he didn't come out with Barrett, so there is a... What happened to Big E there? There is a technicality. Obviously, that's the only problem with this reunited Nexus, is I want to see them thriving away, because as I said before, we never really got like the fullest experience of them the first time around. They only lasted a few months. And here comes the big ending. But obviously they need to be on the same page, and right now I'm not getting the feeling that they are. Wade Barrett covered, and David Otunga getting in the ring. Well, that shouldn't be allowed. Ref, do something. Otunga literally just walked into the ring and broke a pinfall up. That is not how that works. There's never been how that works.
There's the clothesline. He's putting those educated feet to good use.
Yeah, you tell him.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other. Oh, back to the head, back to the temple.
Otunga has really tarnished the credibility of this matchup here tonight. Obviously, if Big E wins, that's an even bigger accomplishment for him. Barrett may have only survived that big ending thanks to an elbow drop from David Otunga. That is absurd. And there's the winds of change by Wade Barrett. Cover attempt here. Is this the end of the matchup? No, Big E Langston kicking out. And there's Jim Ross for some reason as we get a wasteland. Cover attempt on Big E once again. Oh! I thought for sure we had just witnessed the end of this match. Somebody please get Otunga out from ringside. He's not supposed to be here. That's not how this works. You don't just get to bring someone along in the middle of the match, and that makes it okay. The ruling was no Otunga or Gabriel in this match. And you can really see the momentum has shifted. Wade Barrett is much more in his element, much more in his comfort zone. It looks like Otunga has been removed from ringside. That is good to see. Like security was heading out, Otunga caught wind of that, he left. It could be too little too late. I mean, we literally saw David Otunga break up a pinfall. I hope Gabriel minds his own damn business. Jawbreaker there by Barrett. And a big belly to belly by Langston.
He's back on his feet. but you can see the abuse from this grueling match. Could be it. Will he tap out? Will he tap out?
Is this going to be enough? Barrett reaching. Oh, and it looks like Barrett broke that. Big E Langston forcing a submission out of Wade Barrett, and he is now one step closer to his NXT Championship dream.
Here is your winner, Big E Langston.
It could finally come to a head next week. We get the first time NXT champion Andre the Giant in his first defense, and it's against the man that he faced in the tournament finals, Big E Langston. We'll see if Langston can topple the Giant in a rematch. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. But speaking of championship matches that I'm looking forward to, we're about to unveil the NXT Tag Team Championship as David Otunga and Justin Gabriel make their NXT debut to face off against the Prime Time Players. Well, this one is all about making history here tonight, and I gotta tell you, the Primetime Players, they have got a lot of backing from the NXT locker room right now. A lot of people here on NXT do not want to see two guys come down here and just swipe a tournament they weren't even in to win the Tag Team Championship. I mean, admittedly, it wasn't much of a tournament, it was 4 teams, but, you know, Primetime Players at least earned it. It is kind of crazy to hear this again, though, for the first time in a long time.
Introducing the challengers, Justin Gabriel and David Otunga.
Well, there they are. First time in a long time, we are witnessing the Nexus united. Justin Gabriel and David Otunga here at NXT, and of course Otunga was initially the bottom ranked guy on Raw. He is the reason that these guys are on NXT now, as he accepted on Roman's behalf that challenge, well, on Gabriel and Barrett's behalf I should say, that challenge from Roman Reigns to reunite and face the Shield. And we'll see if that ends up being a regrettable decision, because there they are for the first time we're seeing the NXT Tag Team Championship. I was saying before, a lot of guys in NXT really don't want to see these former Raw superstars swipe a championship. They're not very welcome here. It currently stands anyway. Primetime Players were always implied to be the first tag team to form here on NXT, as it was on the debut episode of NXT that I believe Darren Young and Titus O'Neil accompanied each other in their respective matches. Back when I was saying there weren't any tag teams here on NXT, they had already decided that they were allies. So for them to win the tag team championship tonight, that would be, I think, something coming full circle. Now, as I mentioned before, David Otunga, he spent most of the last year as the bottom of the bottom ranked superstars on Raw. Literally, I think no one had him beat. He was the lowest of the low for like a whole year over on Raw. And now he comes here to NXT, and because of the way the ranking system works, he's actually one of the top 5 people here on NXT, with the other two being Gabriel and Barrett. And obviously, Big E Langston now has surpassed all of them. I don't know who the other guy is in the top 5 that I was talking about there. I was honestly just giving a number. I didn't really have like a complete list of who the top 5 are, admittedly. Tags made to both sides, and Titus, the big power slam there to Justin Gabriel. First time face off here tonight. Only the second time ever that the Primetime Players have competed as a tag team. Titus, someone who I think did fairly well in the NXT Championship tournament, if I'm not mistaken. So again, another one to watch type person here. And someone is gargling the words "This is awesome" in the fan right now. In the fans, in the crowd right now. Nice move there by Titus. You know, Titus's moves, they may not be as flashy as Justin Gabriel's, but they certainly are effective.
Nobody wants to give an inch in this.
Huge power move by Titus O'Neil as he makes another tag there to Darren Young. First time we've seen these two not really dress as a team. Unfortunately, I didn't think about that when I was setting this match up, because some reason sometimes the game just decides to use all original attires only, hence Otunga and Gabriel not really matching either. I had to manually pick Big E's and Barrett's. I think John Studd's was a generic one too, as his default one. Not generic, it's just his default. I think Wolfe only has the one. But yeah, sometimes it does that. It makes everyone use their defaults. That's what happened here. And for some reason, 2K decided that Young and O'Neil weren't going to match, even though they were a team. I think they probably had already split by the time this game came out. WWE fucking hates tag teams staying together. Or at least they used to. I don't think they do anymore. I'm one to talk though. I think most of the tag teams, if you look at the wiki, they all lasted like a year max.
These guys are giving it absolutely everything they've got.
Can't really say too much in that sense.
Boy, he was able to reverse and get out of that. What an impact from that kick. Can you believe this? He just powered him up. Oh, what a painful kick.
You know what that "This is awesome" from the crowd just now sounds like? It sounds like Sergeant Slaughter. You think Sergeant Slaughter is watching this NXT Tag Team Championship match? Maybe he can form an alliance with Big John Studd. You know, they can continue tormenting the new millennia. They can call themselves the old millennia. The old guard.
With the championship at stake, you know these superstars will give everything they have to win here tonight.
As this fight gets taken to the outside. The Nexus working as an effective team right now. I guess that's good. You want to see Gabriel and Otunga work together here. Whether you like them or not, the Tag Team Championships are an important part of NXT going forward, we'd like to think. So you're going to want to see them working as a unit. If they can't even do that, well, they'll never become Tag Team Champions. I don't want to see this Nexus reunion as short-lived as their initial run, you know?
It's a big fight feel here in this arena.
Big float over DDT there by Darren Young. The thing is, they might be the higher-ranked superstars coming to NXT, but they definitely aren't the ones with the most momentum. You got to think about what outweighs what in that situation. Just because they have higher ranking in the system, that does not mean that they are actually better than the primetime players. It just means that they've done more in their career so far. Huge move there. Kind of reminded me of Big E's big ending. Titus O'Neil as he goes in for a cover, and Gabriel just about broke that up. That could have been it for the NXT Tag Team Championship right there and then. Otunga in desperation mode. It's kind of ironic to see Otunga teaming with Gabriel, considering it was a loss to Otunga that set Gabriel off the deep end and caused him to betray his friend Kofi Kingston. I highly doubt we'd be seeing a Nexus reunion if Gabriel had just stuck with Kofi.
I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
Titus O'Neil, he calls this the Clash of the Titus. Center of the ring. Is that it? Is that the NXT Tag Team Championship? No, Gabriel continues to break things up there. I think Young needed to be just a little bit quicker on his feet. Here we go. Desperation, quick hot tag there to Justin Gabriel, but O'Neil ducks it. And he goes straight for the tag to Young. He knows his time in the ring was finished. Now the pressure is on for, I'd have to say, maybe the smaller of the two teams. I definitely think Gabriel is a lot smaller than Darren Young, admittedly. Cover attempt here from Darren Young. Oh, I thought it was over. What a suplex there by Justin Gabriel, but nope. Another pin broken up. And this one is going to go for quite some time, I feel. I say that like it's a bad thing. Off the ropes, crossbody. Butts into him. And now Darren Young making a tag to his partner, Titus O'Neil, and Gabriel ducks under as well.
With the championship at stake, you know these superstars will give everything they have to win here tonight.
Gabriel now completely in control of the big man, Titus O'Neil. O'Neil switching that one around quick, though. Goes in for a very early cover here on Gabriel. I think maybe taking him a little too lightly with that one. Nice move by Justin Gabriel. Using the size of Titus O'Neil as like a climbing frame.
Championship on the line. Back into the ring now. Did you see that? That was unreal.
Justin Gabriel. Is this gonna be enough? Cover. Oh, still not enough. Can really feel how bad both sides want this. Titus O'Neil, my god, Gabriel, what a fall. Cover attempt here from O'Neil. Oh, almost. It's getting close. I can feel it in the air, it's getting close. Cover attempt here. Is this going to be enough? No.
With the championship at stake, you know these superstars will give everything.
Superstars.
The referee getting involved now.
No, he's not. Shut up. The referee's not doing nothing. Submission hold attempt. That's how Barrett lost his match. But Gabriel was saved by Otunga. Could have been the only reason he's still in this. Snapmare takedown. Another submission hold. Darren Young really playing the submission game right now. Titus O'Neil saving him, but it looks like Gabriel was able to fight himself out there. Now, Gabriel going in for a submission of his own, a very unique one at that. Really stretching out Darren Young, and Darren Young is forced to tap out. The primetime players. A very unique hold there by Justin Gabriel. I hadn't seen anything quite like that in the past from him, but Justin Gabriel forcing a submission out of Darren Young. And the Nexus, they've done it. Well, I can't imagine a lot of superstars here on NXT are very happy with this outcome. Two guys that were absolute losers, for lack of a better way to describe it, over on Raw. They've come down here to NXT. They've interfered in a tournament that saw, you know, the Heenan family, the New Millennia, and now the Primetime Players, all disgraced by these guys who had no business being in this match, taking the NXT Tag Team Championship. But it is what it is. They are the NXT Tag Team Champions. Life goes on. And I think this could be the beginning of something maybe good, maybe bad for NXT. Only time will tell. But right now, I'd hate to be any tag team on NXT. These guys have a lot of experience behind them, and they are going to use that to the fullest of their advantage.